Hey guys, Wallen Customs here, and today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Nova figure. This is part of the Build-A-Figure class of Titus. Looks pretty cool. Kid Nova, of course. So here he is. Here is the back. Been waiting for him for a long time. Let's open him up. Alright guys, so here he is out of the box. Now he does come with a couple of accessories. This is the upper body of Titus right here if you want to build him. And he does come with a little small buddy right here, which I'm not really sure who he is. But he looks pretty cool. Probably some... judging from the little red design right here, I'm pretty positive that he is part of the Nova Corps as well. Maybe his little sidekick that follows him around, maybe guides him. If you guys know who he is, leave it in the comments below. Maybe leave a comment for me. But he looks pretty cool. I like how he looks. Kind of nice pearl look to him. Nice paint job overall, and he looks pretty nice. Alright, so quick size comparison. Here he is with some of the other figures and members of the all-new, all-different Avengers. So he looks pretty good. He actually is pretty small. I thought he would be the same sculpt as the Ultimate Spider-Man, but it looks a little bit different, slightly different. He is a little bit shorter, which is pretty good. I like that because they're not just recycling the same molds, so I like that fact right there, and he fits pretty good with the rest of the other figures. Now for another size comparison, here is the Build-A-Figure of Thanos right here. We have the adult Nova right here, and we have the Ultimate Spider-Man Peter Parker right there. So zooming into these two, you would think they have the same exact body mold, very similar, but a little bit different as well. In some parts, you can see the difference primarily in the upper body, pretty much. The legs look the same kind of actually, but he does look a little bit shorter. So like I said before, it's nice to know that they're not just recycling the old molds right there. A lot of gold and blue going on right here. Now for another size comparison, here is the new Star-Lord figure right here. This is the older one with the old movie head, and this is Captain Marvel right there. So you get a nice comparison. And for a last size comparison, here is Groot and Rocket right there. So you can see how he stacks up with one of the biggest and smallest Guardians of the Galaxy characters. Alright, so I just took this figure straight out of the box because I want to do the review, and believe it or not, I broke it already. Peg snapped right off. His ankle joints on my figure at least are really tight, so this one I tried first, it just snapped off. I didn't even apply that much pressure to it. It just snapped right away. This one is stuck as well. It's not as bad, but very limited. I am a little bit hesitant to move it around as much, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But moving on with the review, it's a great looking figure at least. I like it a lot. This is exactly what we all wanted. Kid Nova. He looks really good, pretty much how he looks like in the cartoon and also in the comic books. So that's pretty cool. Overall, the body looks pretty nice. He does have some not translucent, but he does have some pearl-like gold on him, especially in the shoulders right here. Not in the body, that's pretty much painted though. But everywhere else is pretty much painted. Over here, it's kind of that pearl gold as well. Also in the hands, but everywhere else is this painted gold. But it's pretty nice. Contrast a little bit different here and there, so it definitely pops when you look at him. The head sculpt I like a lot as well. Pretty decent. You have some paint bleeding on the side of the nose right there, if you want to call it that, but it's not horrible. But overall, it feels like the head texture is a little bit softer than usual, which is interesting. It's not like it's gonna cave in, but you can kind of feel it. It's not like a hard, shiny plastic. Something you're gonna have to feel to know what I'm talking about. But overall, I like how it looks. It has a nice flare on the helmet right here as well. And the red looks pretty nice. Here's the back. And you can see there is like a design into the helmet as well, which is pretty interesting. Alright, so going to articulation right here, he does have a ball jointed head on a hinge. It goes all the way up, which is really nice. You do some nice flying poses right there. It goes all the way down, which is good too. Left and right pivots as well, so it's pretty nice. Shoulder joints on hinge joints that rotate, so they go all the way around. They go out really nicely. It actually is pretty nice too, which is pretty good too. Bicep swivel. He has 2 points at the elbow, at the wrist, swivel, and a hinge, which is pretty tight, so don't force that. Ab joint goes back a little bit, forward a lot. Look at that, man. Waist swivel, of course. Ball jointed hips that are T-jointed basically, so they go forward all the way up 90 degrees, they go down, they don't go back that much though. Doing a split, there he is. Thigh swivel, 2 points at the knee, boot swivel, and of course at the ankle he has a hinge and a pivot, so it's pretty standard right there. The figure itself, when it comes to quality control, like I said before, mine broke. It's okay, you know, it's not that bad. Some places are bad, some places are good. Some places are a little bit looser than you would think they are. Not loose, but they actually move really smoother than you would actually think. So it's kind of weird. I'm a little bit, I don't know what to say about the quality control, because even the shoulders move so nicely. You know, they're not loose, but they just move you know, with no effort. It feels really good. You know, sometimes you have really stiff shoulders that barely move and you feel like you're gonna rip the bicep joint. So it's weird. I don't know what to say about this. It's a mixed bag when it comes to quality control, obviously, because I broke it already. But yeah, you know, that's what you get with Marvel Legends sometimes. It's a hit or miss sometimes. So I don't know, maybe everyone else might have okay ankles, but you know, maybe something's wrong with their shoulder. Who knows? You know, we'll have to see. I probably will buy a second one just in case when they become more in stores and easier to buy. But for now, I think it's a mixed bag when it comes to quality control. It's everything you pretty much expect. So I pretty much lucked out. Everything else is fine. The ankles, like I said, it broke, but I could fix that. No problems there. Alright, so overall, I like the figure. I've been waiting for him for a long time. Finally, I get him and I break him. Not a big deal. Overall, though, I definitely recommend this figure. If you see him, snatch him, because everybody's trying to get him as well. You definitely love him within your new group of Avengers figures or even Spider-Man figures. Definitely a great figure overall. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go to wildlandcustoms.com. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!